Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Wellington, Florida, and to World Polo League action. My name is Gus Whitelaw. I'm joined here today by Juan Bellini Jr. Juancito, thanks for joining us in the World Polo League booth.
Thank you for having me.
You betcha. We're in the Palm Beach Open here. This is match number 2 for both of these teams. Audi and FlexJet facing off here today. A battle of the Ganseys, one on either side there.
Yeah.
Mark and Melissa, the player owners for each of these teams here. Audi, our lineup here, they're coming in with a 1-0 record. They beat Valiente out of the gates. What a great match that was to watch. And, Audi came out hot in that first chukker and just dominated. And that was, I think, one of the big keys to their success that day. A talented Audi team here. We see the guys finishing their warm-ups and having chats with some of the opposition out there. For Audi, we have Mark Gansey, Chris Campson, Nick Roldan, and the 10-goaler Pablo McDonough. For FlexJet, Melissa Gansey, Alfred Bagatti, Pablo Spinacci, and Alejandro Navija Estrada. So 2 very strong teams here today. We're at Jan Pamela this morning, Jan Pamela field number 3. Great conditions here in Wellington. There's a little bit of precipitation that moved through overnight in spots and a little bit this morning, but probably just about the right amount of moisture to make this field perfect. Footing is such a huge part of the game, and got to have the footing just right. I think some of those rain showers just before the matches we've seen have provided for some great surface conditions. So team's warming up out here today as we look to get started here. Juan, joins me as our expert here today. Juan, what can we expect out of this Audi and FlexJet squad? These Audi and FlexJet squads.
Well, I think it's going to be a very interesting game. It's always funny to see husband versus wife action on the field. Yep. I think they're both really good teams, and I'm expecting a very open game today.
All right, so that's the kind of polo we like to see, and the kind of polo we've, for the most part, been seeing here in World Polo League competition. Umpires encouraging these teams to kind of keep it moving and respect the rules that have been put in play, and it's been created some. Even the other day we had injury timeouts, and we're still wrapped up in an hour and 25 or something along those lines. As a player, Juan, what's it? How does it feel? Does it feel like a faster game than? It
does. It does. I like what we're doing here in the WPL. I think it's better for the players and for the horses, and it's also better for the viewers watching outside of the field. I think it's easier to maintain attention on what's going on the field when things just happen a little faster.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And that this, what these umpires are doing a lot of times is, playing on that advantage. If there's a foul committed, but the person who had the ball is able to maintain control or pull off a goal, finish the goal shot they had or the goal opportunity that they were on, maybe a drive to goal. If they can finish that, they let them play, and they don't waste the time of stopping it, moving to the line. If they don't, though, that's a lot of times when we're seeing it called. And, we probably – it decreases the calls. I don't know what the percentage is, but just guessing, probably 30, 40%. I don't know.
Well, yeah, a lot of the times when you get fouled, you end up with the ball anyways. And I think it's important to just state that it's, they let him play the next play, but it's not more than that.
Right.
It's if you're able to hit the goal on the next play and you do so, then that's it. If you're not, then the calls.
If you get an opportunity, if you maintain some sort of opportunity after the foul, possession and opportunity, then they're just kind of letting it roll.
Exactly.
And we talked with the commissioner Dale Smickless about that at length the other day, and he was talking about how that's kind of how it used to be back when he played polo, a lot more open, and that's what the World Polo League has really strived to achieve here, and so far so good. So anyway, this match is underway here. Pablo serves from midfield. Gansey catches the top of that ball. It's left behind and picked up here by FlexJet. Alejandro Navija Estrada there, fakes back, goes forward. He's got Alfred Bagatti trailing behind him there. Nick Roldan hoping for an opportunity behind in red. Ball sent out in front. Melissa Gansey there. Pablo can't get a mallet on it. Estrada keeps the drive moving to to the west here. Campson comes through trying to interrupt Estrada's progress there. Back shot by Roldan. Campson looks to connect with Pablo. Pablo having trouble making contact here in chukker number 1 on the couple opportunities that he's had, and it's picked up here by the last man back on that one, Chris Campson. Campson touches 3 times, sends downfield, lost under the pony of Spinacci. Campson regains control, the rebound there, and Pablo goes to work now. Ball jumps his mallet again there. Campson, now Roldan. These guys are following each other perfectly, and they get a goal for it. Nice work there. Chukker number 1, Audi, working well as a team, driving down the middle, backing each other up. 1, 2, 3 Audi players involved right in front of the goal there, making it happen. Pablo took a shot at it. Campson took a shot at it.
Yeah.
Roldan coming on down the line there. It seems like you see that second and third man picking up a lot of goals in the following their teammates.
That does happen a lot. Yeah.
Spinacci out of the throw-in. These throw-ins very important to win, as we've seen here in the World Polo League competition through the warm-up tournament, the All-Star Challenge draw, the Founders Cup, first tournament there, and now into the Palm Beach Open here. It seems like the guys that are winning the throw-ins are generally winning the match. A lot of fast break opportunities seem to come out of those throw-ins. Bugatti, some nice defense back there. Flex jet territory. Estrada now trying to find a path into the Audi half. Pablo playing the 3 position here for Audi. Swoops in, the next shot made, and Ganzi's on it here at the sideboards. Mark Ganzi now going to move inside. Mark Ganzi trying to find a path there. Bugatti trying to shut him down. He moves in and on the near side. Makes a touch to take control away. Roldan chopping at it to try and put it towards the goal, and Estrada finds it at the end of his mallet. Estrada immediately sends that one downfield. Melissa Ganzi waits, drops over her head, and Melissa goes to work right down the middle of the field. Ball left behind. Campson moves in. Open near side shot there. Roldan picks it off. Pablo's got some speed moving down the sideboards there. Spinacci
caught him on that one.
Yep. Whistle sounds there. Time is out. Explain that one to us, Juan.
Well, when the player touched it forward, see there, number 4 had the line, and Nick had the line here, and then Polo just went in front of him and just stole the ball without any, crossing the line in front of him. He really had no contact with him, which he should have had.
He either needs to get next to him and make contact, or be further away, further down the line.
Well, there has to be, if you want to do that play, you're gonna have to have a little bit more space in between players. And it's mainly for a safety reason, safety purpose.
Now you think Pablo's pushing the limits there, testing what these guys are calling in chukker number 1? I mean,
it could
there's
be a good
no
idea.
Immediate danger there in his mind. I mean, you could say, hey, look, he's at a standstill behind.
I'm gonna try it.
There's a horse length in between.
I mean, it's a good way to test the umpires and see how lenient they are with their calls.
Yeah, well, now they know on that one.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not going to work. That one's not going to work. They're going to call that one. Pablo setting up here. We'll see if we can see how he holds that mallet. I know he holds that sling a little bit different.
I can tell you. He taught me at the barn the other day.
I watched that interview he did with Dale, and he was talking about how he holds that sling, just kind of wrapped around the back of his hand, and then like right at the base of his fingernail, of his thumbnail.
Yeah.
And I tried it in practice one day, and I mean, your hand it's not used to it. Your hand is not used to holding them out like that, but you get an interesting point of leverage.
That's what he tried to explain. That's he likes the leverage you get with the sling. But you should see his thumb. I mean, he can touch the back of his hand with his fingernail.
Yeah,
it's
that's
crazy.
The thing. His thumb is
his thumbnail
does not look like thumbs are intended to look.
Exactly.
On the near side, Pablo, and that thumb we were talking about going to work there on the near side. Mark Ganzi going to take control here at the sideboards, looking downfield, leaves it behind for his buddy Campson. Campson winds up. Out in front it goes. Roldan waits, fires. Pablo's in motion. See if they can get the timing right on this one. Estrada I think knows he's got his timing right. He's going to be the first one back to that ball, makes a back shot, creates an opportunity for Alfred Bugatti. Nice ball downfield. See if Spinacci can get to the line. Not before Campson. Oh, interesting kind of movements cross field there. And Roldan with a neck shot coming around the circle here. Roldan trying to find a path inside. Alfred Bugatti zooming in there for FlexJet, trying to stop Roldan. He's not going to be stopped, though. Nick Roldan winds up, shoots, he scores. Nice work there by Roldan. Persistence pays off.
I thought he was going to smash that first neck shot on.
Uh-huh.
He has probably one of the hardest hits in polo.
That guy, in such a unique swing to the way he follows through the lift, the way he lifts out of the saddle.
His mechanics I really like his mechanics. I mean, it's not from, back to front. It's really up and down.
Yeah.
More of like a golf swing.
Which makes sense because he's a great golfer.
He is
as
a great
well
golfer,
as a great
that's
polo
true.
player. I mean, they're. You want to look at a couple of these guys out here. I mean, there's a great foursome of golf on the field right now also with
yeah, Pablo's really good
Pablo.
too.
I mean, Pablo's a incredible golfer here. See a little goal run here. Melissa Gansey able to get a goal there. Not surprising. She is the shot leader in the Palm Beach Open with 9 shots. And a goal there for Melissa here in chukker number 1. That keeps FlexJet within 1. It's 2-1 here with 1 minute and 25 seconds, 1:25 to go in the opening chukker of this Palm Beach Open match. So the teams come back to midfield. They switch directions as they do after every goal scored. Compensates for any potential wind, sun, or field conditions. They line up on the mounted officials. And the ball comes back into play. So see who wins this throw in there. Looks like FlexJet. They're in their side of the field here. Estrada has it. They win the throw-in, and Estrada trying to march right down the middle here. Mark Gansey staying within about 52 inches of him there. Estrada drops it back. Alfred Bugatti. Nice ball downfield, but not on target.
That's another hard hitter. Alfredo Bugatti can really crush the ball.
And he doesn't mind taking the shots from outside. I mean, as we see
No.
there, but not uncommon for him to do. That one close, but just a little outside. And that creates an outie knock-in. We hear the horn go. 30 seconds left to play in chukker number 1. The ball's out to the left. Pablo McDonough. Pablo, hard hit ball, trying to connect with one of those 2 red jerseys there. Roldan trying to make contact. Alfred Bugatti in here, number 2 in white, backed up there by Estrada. Estrada going to take the opportunity here. 7 seconds to go. He's going to try and drop a long ball downfield. Going to try and keep it in play or score. But definitely not put it over the back line. They're looking for a possession here deep in outie territory to start chukker number 2, and that's what they're going to get there. So FlexJet able to get the ball downfield at the end of the first. That'll help their field positioning to start the second. Through chukker number 1. Outie on top by 1. The score 2-1. We'll be right back after this commercial break from Jan Pamela, field number 3, with more of this Palm Beach Open World Polo League action. We'll be right back.
This club is one of the most welcoming, friendly, but yet competitive polo clubs.
We're all here for the love of the sport and the love of the lifestyle.
This is the most fun you can have on a horse.
We have several different levels. We play -2 to 20 goals. So if you don't have your own horse, we have club horses that you can use.
The fields here are incredible. We've got 3 great grass facilities, and in the fall and the spring we can play arena.
We do a bunch of events during the summer, and our idea behind that is to promote polo, is to, again, bring polo to the masses. And this past year, we hosted the Rocky Mountain Polo Festival.
Every single person that I've seen at practice and tournament is just having a great time.
It's a great group of people.
Everybody and anybody is welcome at the Denver Polo Club.
We're back in South Florida here between chukkers 1 and 2. What do you think about that first chukker, Juan?
It was interesting. I think, like I said, it was really open. But I think I want to see a little more accuracy to goal, maybe from farther away from the goal. That a lot of them, there was a lot of shots to goal, and fortunately there were misses. But maybe once after the first chukker, you really warm up. So we'll see how that goes.
So we'll see what we have here. Players and ponies coming back out onto the field. Audi, 3 out of 4 of those guys walking out together. They're talking a little strategy. What are those guys talking about? I assume they're talking about strategy. I don't know. Maybe they're talking about dinner plans for tonight. I mean, you've been there. What are they talking about?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
No, I think what they're focusing on right now is kind of the system. Every team has a system when they play. They know who's going forward, who's going backwards, and who does what in certain situations. So I think when you start a game, you really want to be loyal to your system and make sure if you're not doing so well, that at least you've done your system, so you got to change it up. So if you're not doing well in the game, but you're also not following your system, then you can't really correct anything that's going on.
There's nothing to rely on.
Exactly.
There's no blueprint to go to.
Exactly.
Interesting. So we'll see if these guys can stay on track here. Again, Audis, they come in 1-0. They beat Valiente in their first outing, something that every team hopes to do when they see Valiente on the lineup. It's a switched-up Valiente squad with Sterling on the team there and Taranko. But those guys just came out guns blazing in chukker number 1 of that match, and I think that's a lot of their strategy here. They come out guns blazing in chukker number 2 of this match, and that's, I think, some of what Audi likes to see. That's some of the control that they definitely have been shooting for, and that they like to have. The Mark Ganzi getting first Cobra strike of the match here, and
Mark is a great asset to this team. So I think he needs to be involved in the game, especially in the offense.
And that's where he generally is very involved. I mean, he's a great number 1. Great number 1. We saw some great cut shots from him and kind of action in general in that match against Valiente. Alfredo Begatti trying to maintain control there. Kind of feeling like the footsteps are getting louder behind him there with Pablo and Campson all over him. They've got Campson at 4 today, Pablo at 3, Nick at 2. And Mark at 1. I believe time is out here. 1 minute and 7 seconds into chukker number 2. Quick goal by Audi in the first moments of chukker 2 here. Puts them on top by a pair of goals. Look on the replay here. Campson changes that line. Begatti jumps on it there. Yeah, it's
90-degree classic foul.
Pretty cut and dry on that one. It was nice work by Alfredo Begatti to jump quickly on that line there. I'm not even sure that mallet went towards making a play. I think it just went straight in the air.
Yeah.
He
just knew there was no way that he wasn't going to get called a foul.
And that's an interesting thing. I was talking with somebody and they said, how do you know when? Because there's a lot of times guys put mallets in the air that if they put it down, they could make a play.
Yeah.
So when do you know? How do you know the times to put it up or the times to just keep charging and make the play? And if it's a foul, they'll hopefully.
I think just sometimes it's so clear, like the foul we just saw. But honestly, I think the safest bet is to first go to the ball, and since you're getting fouled, you're most likely not going to end up with it. And then you raise your mallet as an appeal to the umpire, for him to blow the whistle. But you're never 100% sure whether you're going to get the foul or not.
I guess it's just one of those instinctual things that when you're there, it just goes up.
You feel it.
You feel it, and you hope you feel it right.
Watch out.
Big ball coming out towards the sideboards here. That one drops out of bounds. It does. So we'll have a drop here for FlexJet. Out of bounds on Audi means it'll be inbounds on FlexJet. They drop the ball.
This rule I love.
Oh, it's great. So what a great change.
So much. I think this is one of the biggest factors to. Oh, what a shot.
Look at that. Curving out, though. That one will go. It started on the right track. We had a great look at that from where we're sitting in,
probably
that
the
camera
wind.
angle. Yep, a little bit of wind moving cross field there. A little bit of curvature on the trajectory, and that one goes wide. And Campson handling the knock-in here. Chris Campson. Another big ball by Campson. This one stays inbounds, drops behind Pablo. Pablo on Tibi. Begatti Drops that ball about 50 yards out. Melissa Ganzi moves in here for flex jet, trying to put some angle to goal there, but can't. Roldan in to grab control here. Nick Roldan having a heck of a season in this World Polo League. 26 goal here. He's had some just great games, and like you were talking about, Juan, I mean, just really one of the best ball strikers in the business. He really hits it hard and accurately, and it has just the way he does it. Look at this, Melissa Ganzi going to goal. She gets another one here, 2 goals. Here, 4:25 to play. Chukker number 2. And Ganzi putting one through there on the west side of this Jan Pamela, field number 3. Teams come back to midfield. Line up on the officials. And a way to throw in. They'll wait for that goal scorer to get back to midfield there. And the ball's back in play. Roldan gives way to Pablo. Pablo not able to make control. Campson turning quickly there. Interesting. So that was kind of a similar situation of what we saw with Pablo and Nick earlier, moving faster. That's for sure, but from a distance standpoint, kind of interesting to see that. But I guess that maybe falls into some of the throw-in, maybe the...
Well, the throw-ins are very important.
Yep. Well, into how the umpires are calling, the fouls around the throw-ins there. But anyway, I think time out again here, 3:29 to go. And Chukker number 2 at this point, we'll take a look at the horse list here for these two teams. Mark on Estoril. While we're looking at the replay here, let's see. Pause on the horse list.
That's Orangina there by Alejandro Noir Estrada.
Did you see the foul on that one? Either way, the action back at midfield. One Ganzi, now another. Melissa, then Mark. Mark on Estoril. He's at the sideboards there, backed up by Pablo. Should he need it? Ganzi looking to hit inside there. Here's Estrada and Orangina. 8-year-old chestnut pony there. Pablo moves in, takes control on Tibi. A Libano baby. Roldan. Nick Roldan trying to get to goal down there on Ilusionada. Roldan. A big delivery downfield. That ball waiting on the doorstep, and he's able to crank it through on the near side. Nick Roldan on Ilusionada. La Dolfina bred chestnut with the white face there, 15 years of age. And great goal there. Beautiful setup. I mean, we talk about his, I mean, that Nick's doing a great job helping us describe how great his hitting ability is, because he's talking about his accuracy and his ability to hit that ball. I mean, he leaves it.
It was a very soft swing, and the ball managed to get, really, really close to the line. So
I mean, just all he has to do is touch that one, and it's across. I mean, the follow-up, all you
think his malice, weighed a ton?
His swing. I was talking to somebody and was talking about the way he elevates his body kind of out of it, and the speed at which he swings. And they say, I think it was Hector Galindo maybe that I was talking to. He said it's so unique the way he gets it done. You can have other people try and mimic that motion, and it doesn't work. The way he just naturally has developed that movement, and he can hit just swing as hard as he can because he's got the timing. Look at that, Mark Ganzi. Yeah,
and he's picking up his hand.
Yep, that Cobra strike coming out there. He's liking that one here. A great goal. 1:17 left on the clock at the moment. Mark Ganzi lofting that one without much angle to work with there.
Not much, but he sure
nailed
it.
Yeah, he got it. A minute left in the second. It's 5-2. Audi with a 3-goal lead there. And the umpires put the ball back into play. Pablo. Now Estrada. It's Negro coming away with control. Man, I had a great time. He sat in with me the other day, and he was great. Great insight from Negro there. I appreciate the time that he spent.
He's Mark again.
Out in front all by himself. I mean, he's got 8 lengths on Bugatti, but Bugatti is closing the gap. Doesn't matter, though, because he's not going to miss here in Chukker number 2. How about that? That gets Mark and Audi all sorts of fired up down there. We'll go away for a commercial break. Look at this. Nobody around. He could have just tapped it in. He doesn't care. He takes big shots. He's
after
confident.
That last goal.
Yeah, big confidence there. He knows it's going in. Great way to wrap up. Chukker number 2 for Audi. It's 6-2 at the end of the second. We will go to a commercial break right now. Look at that. The Cobra Strike coming right into your screen there.
Wow.
And that is how we will come out of Chukker number 2. We'll go to commercial and be right back for the start of Chukker number 3. We're back here in South Florida. The World Polo League action continues from Jan Pamela. The wind picking up here, Juancito. The cloud cover, increasing.
It's drizzling a little bit, but I think we'll be fine.
Yep, we're hoping that we got a lot of cells kind of blowing in on shore today, and just kind of coming diagonally almost up.
Yeah.
Up at us from the coast. And we've seen, again, overnight we had some precipitation through a little bit this morning. And we see a little bit of wind here. You can see the trees moving a little bit, the jerseys blowing around a little bit on these guys here from your perspective at home. It's a right to left air movement up and down the field for the most part. Bugatti. Oh, baby. Hammers that one, doesn't he? Out in front it goes. Campson. Open shot there by Chris. Campson on Whispering Angel. I imagine that is going to be an off-the-track thoroughbred with a name like that.
Most likely.
At least registered, whether or not it was on the track or not. Sounds like a jockey club name. Here's Roldan. Look at that. I mean, he rips that one wide it goes.
Seems like this Audi team really just wants to score from 80 yards out.
They're letting it go.
See what happens.
Yep. I think we should give him 2 points for it. Tres Sota there for Roldan, 7-year-old thoroughbred. Light bay, white face. Campson on Mai Tai, a.k.a. Dancerama.
Yeah.
That's got to be another jockey club. That's a 13-year-old. Let's see. Yeah. Bred for racing. And then Campson ended up buying that pony from Vicky Armour. Glamorama Dance Master combo there. Dance Master, the sire on that Dancerama. Play moving downfield. Melissa Ganzi with control. Roldan taking out Spinacci. Ball left behind. And here comes Alfred Bugatti. Bugatti on Carabel. Melissa Ganzi out in front of Campson. Campson can't catch her, and Melissa getting another goal on the west side here to make it 6-3. And Chukker number 3, Melissa Ganzi, has had every goal scored here today for that team. She scored every one of them. And the teams ride back to midfield. So Melissa on Sylvia. Seen her play Sylvia frequently in chukker number 1. Moving her to chukker number 3 here. Pablo on Tordilla. Bugatti on Carabel. And Estrada on Miniatura. Mark on Fama. Roldan on Tresota. Pablo on Subaru. Suegra. Baby. And Subaru, I guess, one of Facundo Fernandez Llorente's best mares at Palermo this year.
If I'm not mistaken, Mark's horse came from Nick as well, I think.
Oh, cool. It's interesting how these guys trade. We saw Campson, I think even today, probably playing one or two of, or Roldan playing one of Campson's, but how these guys switch horses and sell horses. Pablo picking one up there on the west side. But funny how they kind of juggle the ponies.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, it's a team effort. Sometimes, a mare will play better for your teammate than yourself, and you just have to do what's best for the team.
That's how it goes. You might not like it. You wish that you fit the horse right, but it's funny how that works. I mean, horses and people, the personalities, sometimes they fit, they click, and sometimes they don't. I mean, it's just how it goes.
And there's preferences too. I mean, a horse may play well for you, but you're just, if the horse is too big, maybe you're not comfortable with it being too big, and you're just used to smaller horses. It can be something as simple as that.
Yep. But man, when you find the right one, it's just a beautiful thing. When you figure out that fit, I mean, you see a lot of these guys, especially the higher rated players there. Estrada trying to save it on the near side neck shot right on in. It goes. Nice work there. Talking about the higher rated players, like that guy. I mean, that was a fantastic way to finish there. Nice reaction by Estrada. You see him trailing the play. Nice back up there. Yep. And that's why he's number 1 in assists in the Palm Beach Open so far, because he's always there. That time he gets a goal, but whether to back up his teammate there or to put it through. Nice work there by Estrada. Again, he is the leader in assists. Campson in traffic. Roldan thinking about it there, but knowing that he would have fouled Estrada if he had even had a chance on it there. Estrada hitting out in front, trying to find Melissa Ganzi. Melissa working downfield. Mark Ganzi rides on through. Back shot by Pablo. Trying to set up Roldan. 2 minutes left to play in the half. Nick Roldan with control here for Audi. Having a little problem there. Wow, that was interesting. I bet he couldn't do that again. Out in front is where he's trying to send it for Pablo. Rolling downfield. That one ends up wide of the goal, over the back line and out of play.
Did he kick it with his boot?
Hard to.
It looked like it.
It kind of was like it was in his lap for a second. I don't know if it hit him in the face again. It was kind of high. I don't know. It was everywhere. Man, he took one. Speaking of on the face, he took one mallet to the chin in that last match. Inadvertent mallet to the chin, and I mean that's a tough part of the body to take a mallet. Not that there's a good spot to really get hit with a mallet in general, but the face is
anywhere in the face is not
one of the worst. So. Yeah. Ganzi trying to make some progress in front there. Pablo moves in, backs him up, cranks it through. It's 8-4 here with 1 minute left to play in the half. Melissa Ganzi scored 3 out of 4 goals for this FlexJet squad. We see Mark Ganzi moving towards the goal. Pablo, one of the big guns on that Audi squad there, puts it right on through. So Pablo now on Mascara. Another horse sired by Libano, Machitos Libano. Granddaughter of Suegra.
Nice.
And that's a horse that, man, he gets a lot of work done on. Huh.
Yeah, I thought that was a foul as well.
So that'll do it for the first half action there. A foul after the horn has gone means the chukker is through. And these guys are going to head to their tents and trailers for a fresh set of legs, a sip of water. They're going to talk a little strategy. FlexJet's down by 4 here. Juancito, what are they going to be talking about here as they ride off the field and as they move through halftime?
Well, I think first of all, Mark has been very detrimental to them. So I think they're going to start probably playing a little bit more defensive and see if they can stop them from making goals. Because it's not like FlexJet can't make goals. It's just that Audi's making too many of them.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably their first priorities is getting their defense back in check, and then from there building on, like they say, good defense, good offense.
So they'll work on that during halftime here, see if they can get their defense dialed in and keep relying on Melissa to score goals out in front. Audi going to try and keep doing what they've been doing, and that's winning this match. So we're going to go to halftime now. We'll be back for Chukkers 4, 5, and 6 after this commercial break.
La yegua más famosa que por historia, que me ha divertido cómo viene el cuento, es la falta en vido, que la ha ganado contra un amigo jugando al truco. Falta en vido significa como el final del partido, ¿no? Entonces le canté falta en vido, él me quiso y le gané con 25. Y la yegua terminó siendo una de mis yeguas favoritas en toda mi carrera. De hecho la cloné, la tengo clonada. Pero lo más increíble que del cuento es que la yegua ganó Copa de la Reina, mejor yegua, jugó el abierto varios años.
Rugby player clutching thin air as Cambiasso slips away, puts on the heater, takes the ball down the ground.
Y tengo hijas que las llamo a través de los nombres del juego, que son la Flor, la Sota, todo a través de lo que es el truco y el juego se llaman los hijos, así que y la verdad que tengo muchas hijas jugando acá, una está jugando Rob y otra estoy jugando yo.
So I've been playing floor now and it's incredible. The acceleration that this horse has out of the plays is pretty phenomenal. You see a play and think to go to it and she accelerates into it with so much power, but at the same time she has so much handle and flexibility that to slow down afterwards it's so easy. And I never rode Falta en Vido, but I can imagine that she has a lot of the same attributes that her mother did.
I played Sota the first time in 2012, and she was 7 years old. There was a year that she came from Argentina, and after that I played her again in 2015 and 2016. And probably in 16 was one of my best mares. Adolfo's gonna play her this year in the World Polo League season. Has a lot of power, good mouth, good acceleration and very good endurance. They will play two chukkers quite well, and that I think is why they are so good.
Thank you to J5 Polo and Team Valiente. We got to bring a bunch of kids out here to the polo field to learn a little bit about polo and a whole lot about horses.
So it's really fun to get them exposed to the world of polo. This is something they've definitely never done, so we really enjoyed it today.
I think it's a great idea to give back to the community as an athlete. It's a good learning program. It's great for the kids and it's good for the players. You want to do it again?
Yes.
All right, let's keep doing it.
She got on the horse and learned courage today, and that's what we're all about. Our main goal of the Equine Partnership Program is to share the healing power of horses with kids who don't get to experience this. So please come join us at the Polo Fair.
Horses make you feel happy.
Nah, it'll be fine.
So as we come back and out of halftime, we'll watch some highlights. Hey, that's when the sun was still out here in South Florida. Roldan, oh, that was a great one. He's had some great shots and passes. And
yeah.
Melissa Gansey, 3 goals here today. 3 out of 4 goals for that FlexJet team have come off her mallet. A couple goals from Mark Gansey as well. Yeah, he dropped that one right on the line. It might even have gone across.
Oh. And Mark scored some really nice goals as well.
That was a good one. The one, maybe the next one, the one on the east side of the field. Man, not a lot of angle.
No.
On that one.
It was far away, too. It was probably like at the 60 on the boards.
Players and ponies coming back out onto the field here. Ready for chukker number 4. FlexJet kind of wrapping up a little powwow over there. Our weather conditions seem to kind of be holding. Light breezes here and there, clouds overhead.
It's nice.
But pretty good conditions, all things considered. Mm-hmm. It was pretty sticky there for a while after some of the precipitation we had this morning. Nice and humid, but not so bad anymore. Nice conditions for these ponies to be doing their thing out here. Speaking of, we see Campson here. Campson on Sunoco, an unraced thoroughbred. Big ball downfield, and the time is out again here. We'll see which way this one goes. I think against Audi, based on Roldan's. Just based on body language. I didn't see anything other than that. Drops right in front of Nick. In between 2 white jerseys. You see anything there?
Yeah, I think he was riding over Negro Novi's shot, his back shot.
There we go. They give it to FlexJet and Negro. He sends it downfield, but it's picked up by Pablo on Libanella. The third pony in a row, sired by Libano. Roldan downfield. He puts it right in front again. The accuracy there out of that man. When you've got somebody laying passes that are that accurate and makes it that easy for you to finish, I mean, all the better.
I mean, it just makes it so much easier for everybody, for the whole team. It's I think they really have their offense going on.
I mean, Roldan just playing doing a heck of a job in that number 2 slot. That's your position as well. You play a great number 2, and it seemed like the more we've gotten into World Polo League action there, you've kind of settled into it as well, and really know your role there. And I don't know what you think, but it seems like one of the tougher positions to play. What's your take on the number 2 slot there?
Well, first of all, it took me a little to settle into that position because at the beginning, I was going to start playing back.
Bugatti picking one up there for FlexJet.
And then I think it just didn't work, and it just made more sense for Juan Martin, the best back in the world, to play his position. It just made sense. So I went to 2, but I think I agree with you. I think 2 is probably the most complicated position, not because you have a lot of responsibility, but it's because it's very dynamic. You're going up and down all the time. You're kind of like the engine of the team.
I feel like it's tough on horses too. I mean, you've really got to have not only a dialed-in string, but making sure you've got the right horse on the right side of the field when you need it. And
oh man, it's all But it's
look at that FlexJet leaving one on the doorstep there. Can't make that. Can't do that against an Audi team like this, especially one that's up by 4 on you. Bugatti though trying to get it back. We'll see if he'll shoot it from there. He will. Will it get in? No.
Close.
It won't. Very close. But not quite in. Horse management in general, whether you're playing 1, 2, 3, or 4,
is very important. Yeah.
How do you, I mean, as far as your, as a player yourself, your pregame preparations, how much time do you spend determining your horse list? Or at this point, at a certain point in the season, do you really have something that you're locked into?
I think I think you want to have a base. You want to know what horses you want at the beginning of the game, what horses you want at the end. But I think it's the spares and the sides which you're putting them on that change a lot. And then it just depends, if you're feeling like a horse that wasn't playing too well before is now playing much better, you might want to play her twice or maybe put her in chukkers that are a little bit more crucial.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing that changes, at least for me.
Yep.
But I think you have a base of...
I feel like it's just trying to recall your horse list off the top of my head. It seems like they're pretty, for the most part, your first half is pretty solid, and then your second, I mean, it seems like it's been pretty similar, and some slots have moved around, but it's been pretty consistent, I guess.
Yeah.
With Cholula and some of the other, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but
Cantina Mama.
Yeah, Cantina Mama.
She's
exactly.
always first and fifth.
Mm-hmm.
I bring her back. So it's kind of things that I do.
And we see a lot of that first and fifth or early and late concept. Another attempt there by FlexJet, just sent a little wide under pressure from Pablo McDonough. But a lot of that first and fifth action are early and late. A couple minutes early, get them going, get your confidence, and then bring them back when you really need their talent.
I'll even do second and sixth. It's just for a couple minutes for them to kind of warm up. And, there are some horses that play better the second time around.
There you go.
Horses that need to expand their lungs and get their blood flowing. And then once they get that rest, it's the same thing as warming up, just they need a little bit more of a warm-up.
Well, and I feel like horses have nerves just like people do as well. And so maybe that first outing lets them kind of work some of the jitters out, and the nerves, because they tense up. It's funny when you watch the horses. Melissa Gansey going to goal here. This one looks pretty well on track. Nice job there. Shot from about 30 out. Goes right on through. 2 minutes and 16 seconds left here in Chukker 4. And 9-6 on the scoreboard. But you can see when the horses are tied to the trailer, you can kind of feel the feel is different when the people start warming up. They kind of start looking over their shoulder. They hear,
some get really nervous. They start kind of twitching. They're
maybe
getting
pawing
ready
at the trailer in anticipation.
That's super normal.
So maybe that, like you were saying, playing better the second time, some of those jitters get worked out, just like with people.
Yeah.
Here's Melissa trying to work inside, following up now. Melissa Gansey on her way to goal, out in front. Looking for the next shot, finding it. Will it get across the line? Roldan is there. It's across the line. It is. Another nice goal there by Melissa on ATM.
If you ask Grant, that's probably the best mare that Melissa has.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, what if you ask Melissa?
Well, Melissa loves all her horses. I think Melissa would probably prefer Open Cuarzo.
Yeah.
Her favorite stallion, but
Grant says ATM.
And Grant loves ATM.
Uh-huh. Do they share horses at all, or is it?
No, not really. Melissa has his thing is Grant has a bunch of horses that he loves and he likes to play. So
sure, Girl Power, KK.
Yeah, there's really no need to, but there have been times that Melissa says, Grant, here you go, and he's played ATM. He's played her in the 20 goal last year, and he's really done well.
Well, it's fun to learn some of the behind-the-scenes stories on the horses and relationships and things like that. Chukker number 4 is out the door. It's 9-7. FlexJet moving in on Audi here as we head towards Chukker number 5. We've got a commercial break. We'll go to that. When we come back, the 5th will start. We'll be right back.
I love this mare that we got from Vicky Armour. Her name's Girl Power. She's probably the most comfortable horse I have.
My name's Carlos Gracida, and I played the mare a couple times in Grand Champions. Yeah, Girl Power was always nice. She was always smooth. She always had a good mind, and for thoroughbreds, that's huge.
I play her usually first and sixth. Best attribute, definitely her speed. I was able to get on her and hit a big neck shot to the goal to go up by 3. She has such a comfortable stride that I had such confidence hitting the ball. I knew I was going to hit it well because I was on her.
We take a live look over towards the Audi tent here. The Audi squad gearing up for checker number 5 here. It's 9-7. It's Palm Beach Open match. And some nice action here. There are 4 chukkers. 2 more to play out here. 15 minutes of polo left in this World Polo League match. It's a part of the Palm Beach Open tournament. Second official tournament in World Polo League competition. 3rd overall. We had a warm-up tournament. Had a fun format. Switched the teams up. The All-Star Challenge draw was tournament number 1 played here, World Polo League, and it was considered a warm-up tournament, and it was a pretty fun situation. The draw for that, for those of you that aren't familiar, in early February when the draw took place, they drew for positioning, which is what happens at the draw, obviously, to see who plays who and all that stuff, brackets and whatever the format is, but also drew big guns, I guess you would say. They took some of the top players in the world.
9 and 10 goalers.
Put them in a hat. The team owners, the player owners, picked out of the hat and switched it up. So, let's see. The Casablanca Grand Champions had Adolfo Cambiaso.
Yep, and Alfredo Bigatti.
And Alfredo Bigatti. And it was pretty unique format there. What was it like?
I think it was different.
Did you enjoy that as a player, or would you rather have your firm team from the beginning?
No, I enjoyed it. I really did. I think it was a fun way to get all the players and the sponsors involved and kind of make it a fun tournament for all of us to warm up.
Takes a little bit of the pressure off because it's not your formal team.
Yeah, but
as a player,
you still want to win. And I was lucky enough to play with Adolfo and Alfredo, so it was a really fun team, and I managed to learn a lot.
Yeah,
so
I imagine
that's what I got from it.
Not to put you on the spot, but playing with Adolfo, what do you learn? Look at that Campson sailing one in there. Nice work. Spinacci trying to knock it down.
Kind of chipped it in there.
Yep, nice up and down there from Chris. On Lookers, a.k.a. Leoncita. Extremely well bred for polo. Campson's notes on that horse has valid Stormcat. And that horse raced. That's right. That's the one. That horse raced 34 times.
Wow. For
those of you off the track thoroughbred lovers there, Chris Campson is with you, as most of us are. But Campson really proves that in his pony list there. A lot of off-the-track thoroughbreds. And that one raced 34 times before finding a new career in polo. Roldan trying to give it a ride to goal. Intercepted here by Estrada.
I hope we can see Campson's mare run.
Yep. Spinacci over the ball. Estrada through. Spinacci circles in behind Negro. And he's trying to catch Bugatti. Bugatti knows he needs a parking brake if he's going to get back to that one. Maybe some reverse, too. Roldan to Pablo. Pablo taking his time here. Pablo on Comadre. Campson trying to make it happen down there, but Estrada in for FlexJet. Pass downfield, hoping for Melissa Ganzi. Found her husband instead. Mark Ganzi running this one the long way. Crossfield, Pablo Spinacci coming into pressure. Mark tapping inside here. Nice work by Ganzi, the number 1 there, trying to get to Roldan. Nice flick of the wrist there by Bugatti. Beautiful speed to get in and make that play. Pablo, with no pressure on him, sends it downfield, backed and stopped by Estrada. Back shot there, a crucial back shot. If he doesn't pick that one up, that ball is left in a bad situation. Bugatti, unfazed by any of that pressure, passes for Ganzi, and the red players come back to try and stop Melissa. Melissa Ganzi making nice contact. Pablo not able to make a play yet. Lofted approach shot inside by Melissa. We'll see if Pablo has a play here. Not able to get there. Melissa Ganzi getting it done again. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left to go here. Checker 5. It's 8-10. I was starting to ask you about playing with Cambiaso. What are some of the things you pick up there? And I don't mean to put you on the spot. But
no, it's good.
Interesting.
It's a good question. I think what you learn from him is that I think you have to really look at, when you have the ball, for example, you have to look at yourself from the defensive perspective. I mean, as an example, is what he told me. You know, he told me once you have the ball, you got to think how hard it is it for the for the defensive player to take the ball away from you. You know, don't just hit it and see where it goes, because you're giving the opponent an advantage by splitting the ball 50-50.
Yep.
You know, so he told me to just really be more confident on the field. I think you learn to be more confident in yourself and kind of own up to it when you have the ball and own up to your plays, which is, you know, he promotes a lot of that motivation and confidence on the field, and also, I mean, he just really simplifies the game. There wasn't any team meetings where he would, you know, tell me, all right, this is what you're going to do here, and then if this happens, you do this thing. You know, he really just told me, all right, you know, on defense, just get the first man coming.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. You know, he plays on instinct, like he says in his interview.
Big ride
nice
there.
deflection.
Man, oh man. Roldan doing a great job blocking that one from crossing the goal line there, having a little trouble getting it out of Audi territory. Campson is there to help. Roldan puts a quick mallet on it to try and control that line. Now sending downfield. Here comes Bugatti coming the other way. Alfred Bugatti. Ball jumps his mallet. Picked up here by Mark momentarily. Pablo Spinacci back in it here for Flex Jet. A shot downfield. It's looking like it's knocked out of there. Nice work, Roldan. Again, I think they're saying someone's thinking either across the line or there's a foul. Or
I think Mark knew what he was doing, but he tried to get out of the way, and the horse managed to kick the ball.
Yeah, tough stuff.
Some things you just can't control sometimes, you know?
Yep. You do your best, and sometimes it goes the other way. It was interesting talking about Adolfo playing on instinct. It's interesting to interview him, you know, and hear him say that, you know, like, how do you plan? Yeah, I've interviewed him before, and like for the Open or different things, and he said, you know, I don't plan. Polo's a game of instinct. You show up to the field and you play based on that. And so I said to Robertito, how is that? He goes, it is incredibly hard because if you don't have the instinct that he has.
Well, yeah. I think for him, it's just Polo just makes more sense than it does to other people.
Yeah,
I think he
that a lot of times.
He understands the game and how dynamic it is and how each position should be. So he's just 5 steps ahead of everybody, you know?
Yep. Well, that's why he's the best and been there for a while and will continue to be until he doesn't want to anymore. In the meantime, a nice penalty conversion there. A drilled. I mean, that ball was just like on a rope. Right between the posts. 1 minute and 45 seconds remain here in Chukker number 5, and we got a 1-goal ball game.
They caught up, huh?
They've caught up. See how Audi handles this tighter match here. Team's back to midfield. Ganzi on Dolfi Maestra. Roldan on Tana. Pablo Actually rolled down on Afghana. Pablo on Comadre. Melissa on Rebecca. Bugatti on Flame. Carmelita for Estrada. Missing ponies there for Pablo and Campson. Ball working downfield. Back shot by Bugatti. Estrada looking for it. He waits, fires. Melissa trying to run onto the line there. Pablo in the vicinity. The 30-second horn goes. Melissa Ganzi looking for another goal. It's on track and in for a goal. A high flag there wraps up chukker number 5 as we head towards the 6th and final chukker in regulation. 9-10 on the scoreboard. We got a heck of a ball game here today. Juancito, 10-10, all tied up.
10-10,
that ties it. My apologies, a dime aside there. So 10s as we head into the 6th and final. We're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be right back after that to start chukker number 6. This is ChukkerTV and the Polo Channel's live coverage of the World Polo League. We'll be right back. We are back here at Jan Pamela. Field number 3. World Polo League action continues. Any predictions here, Juancito? What do you think? I mean, 10-10, starting the 6th. Overtime, a distinct possibility with as tight as things have been here. What do you think? We're going to see overtime today?
I don't think so.
Think we're going to see it finish in regulation?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
I think, honestly, I've been liking Audi today for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I think Flexcheck really, after the halftime, they did pick up on their defense. Audi just scored 2 goals after the halftime. Was it 8-4?
Yeah, yeah. So they've been shut down here.
Yeah, Flexcheck made 6 of them. So,
like you said, they needed to do, shut that Audi attack down a little bit and keep Melissa doing her thing in front.
But I still think Audi's gonna.
You think it's gonna go Audi's way?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna root for the underdog FlexJet, who needs a win here in World Polo League play. It's Alfred Bugatti. He wants a win, that's for sure. Pablo Spinacci down there. He's got to deal with Roldan. Roldan gets the ball. He's looking for Campson, and it's picked up by Pablo. The 10-goaler for Audi. Pablo winds up, lofted shot. A wedge shot there out in front. Ganzi. Now Alfred Bugatti. Roll down. Pablo. Pair of Pablos. McDonough down the boards, and bad bounce out there. Just hops over those sideboards and out of play about 60 yards or so, maybe 70 yards south of the midfield line there, and that means it's a turnover and will be FlexJet with control. It's Estrada here. Intercepted by Roldan. He's going to take the rebound off of himself. Now fire an open back shot there. Pablo has to maneuver to get there, but gets there nonetheless. Trying to fire downfield. Puts one out in front of Mark Ganzi. Ganzi fires one time to goal. Across the front of the goal mouth. It goes wide and out.
Try to replicate it.
Man, oh man. I mean, just looking for the big ripper there. Here's Estrada. And why not? I mean, with his shooting has been today. That's, I guess if you really said why not, because it's 10-10. Here's Roldan. Maybe one more touch on that one to make sure it gets through. Either way, though, Roldan, a man on a mission here. Roldan to goal. Roldan through the goal. So they get it done anyway on that drive. Audi goes up by 1 here. The tie is broken. We watch Roldan. I think still on Afghana, another Stina-bred horse. Nice work. Roldan puts Audi on top. Mark Ganzi on Kornikova.
Chris on Chipotle?
Yeah.
That's a good name for a horse.
Yep. Go Blaze Go, I think the Jockey Club name on that one. That's a horse that started playing Heigl at 4 years old. Always tries to use her in the 6th. It's one of his best spares, and he loves ending the game on her. So he starts the 6th on her here today. Pablo McDonough trying to come through on Rodizio. But it ends up getting kicked out and then eventually being put on through there. Did Roldan get that one? I started looking at the horse list.
Yeah, I started.
Let's watch the replay. I was trying to read the notes on Pablo's horse. Oh, that's a cool story, though, on that horse. I'll tell it in a second here. Look at this. Nick Roldan. Ooh. Masterful touch there. I mean, just so delicate. That horse that Pablo's on there, Rodizio, said it miraculously survived a terrible infection when he was in Dubai 2 years ago. Just a miracle that horse even made it through that medical situation there while in Dubai, but a full recovery and playing here in Wellington in the World Polo League now. Love the stories on these ponies here. Ball shot inside there by Roldan. Campson tried to put a mallet on it. Roldan cranking downfield, but well wide it goes. Melissa on Javi. Pablo on Peter. Alfredo Bugatti on El Jebel. And Estrada on Vicenta. Bugatti. Ganzi works it forward. 12-10 here in chukker number 6. 3 minutes left to play in regulation. Bugatti. Now Campson, nice work there. Good patience out of Chris Campson. He fires right over the head of Roldan. Roldan on Tana now. Right in front of the goal. Pablo tied up with Campson there. Pablo was looking for a back shot. Those two kind of got connected, it looked like. Oh, nice stop by Bugatti. Now Estrada. Here's Estrada. 2 minutes, 17 seconds left to play here. If they can get a goal on this drive, they can keep themselves in it here. Roldan trying to keep that ball away from Estrada, but Estrada hits out in front for Melissa Ganzi. Roldan's going to try and chase her down. Melissa Ganzi going to goal. Melissa Ganzi on the 11-year-old stallion. Melissa Ganzi, right on through it goes. They score on this drive. We have 1:51 to play. Again, Melissa, 11-year-old stallion there. And right on through it goes. 12-11. Chukker number 6, 1:35 left on the board. The clock is running, and the players are running back to midfield. Got some fresh legs there, and back in time for the throw-in. Most of them are. There's 2 FlexJet players out of the play right now. Bugatti's on the field. Spinacci is not. Having trouble coming out of pit lane down there, Spinacci is. Roldan trying to move inside.
Wow.
Coming.
That was a strange goal.
Interesting series of events there. Let's watch again. Roldan.
Wow.
Hey, They don't draw a map as to how you get there as long as you get there. 13-11. 1, 2, 3. They're using 3 out of 4 available players to get that goal. Roldan, Ganzi, and Pablo. The horn goes. Things looking good here for Audi. Campson trying to find Mark out in front for one more. Alfred Bugatti coming cross field outside of the frame we're watching here. Handshakes have started at midfield. This one is going to Audi. The final score in this match, Audi takes the win by a pair of goals. Final score 13-11 in this World Polo League match. Bugatti picks the ball up there and throws it away, and that pretty much sums it up. So a nice match here between these two teams, the FlexJet and the Audi squad. First of 2 matches that we'll play in World Polo League action here today. Our next match at 4 o'clock. That is Grand Champions Casablanca versus Blackwatch. You're on that team.
Yes, sir.
What can we expect to see this afternoon? Can you give us any insight?
I mean, I'm playing. How can I expect? I mean,
I know. Tell us. Yeah, no. Well, you know better than anyone. You guys have talked about it. Give me some insight.
It's gonna be a tough game. The Blackwatch team has 4 very strong players.
You got to watch out for every one of those guys.
No, it's going to be a tough game, and I think it's like this one. I think it's going to be very open, and I'm expecting just a very, very fast game.
Well, we'll expect the same, and we'll hope for the same thing. We're going to hold you to it. A fast match at 4. Grand Champions Casablanca tees off against Blackwatch, 4 p.m. WorldPolo.org. We'll see you there. Thanks for tuning in. My name